The anaerobic threshold, often called the lactate threshold, is the point between the aerobic and the anaerobic systems where the tipping point starts to go towards the anaerobic side. The easiest way to think about this is the further you go above your anaerobic threshold, the faster and faster you're going to fatigue. The further you are for your anaerobic threshold below it on the other side, the longer you can maintain that level of power output without fatiguing. So in order to help improve our ability of the overall aerobic system to produce as much power as possible before we spend too much time above it, we're going to do what's called anaerobic threshold training. Now there's two ways we can do this with Morpheus. One is called a green threshold and one is called the red threshold. The difference is the green's slightly lower intensity than the red threshold. Now in Morpheus, all you're going to do for the green threshold is get your heart rate up to the top of your green zone, which again will depend on your recovery for the day. In order to get the maximum benefit and have this be as close to your true anaerobic threshold as possible, you're going to pick a day where your recovery is 90% or above, and all you're going to do, as I mentioned, is try to get your heart rate towards the top of that green zone. You're going to keep it there anywhere between, let's say, 3 to 5 minutes before you have an active recovery period, typically towards the middle or potentially top of that blue zone of a few minutes before repeating. So you can see Lucas here closing in on the top of his green zone, which is where we're going to keep his heart rate at for green threshold training. It could be, like I said, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Your heart rate's also going to change a bit based on your position. So if you are standing, you typically want to shoot for the top of that green zone for that green threshold. If you are seated, more towards the middle of the green zone will be appropriate for a green threshold because your heart rate changes based on body position. You can see here, he's still in the middle of the green zone. You want to get him up toward the top of the green zone before we'd actually start that 3 to 5 minute period of that threshold training. And again, it's going to take a little while. When you're first warming up, you're first getting going, it might take you a couple of minutes to get it up there, but as you progress again through this type of training, your heart rate is going to get up towards that top of the green much, much faster. And of course, you don't need a ton of volume of this. It's really just 2, 3, maybe 4 reps at the very most or less, depending on your level of fitness. And this is going to be, again, one of the most effective ways to develop your power of the aerobic system and help your body produce as much energy as possible aerobically so that you can maintain it longer and longer over time. And that's why the power or speed at your anaerobic threshold is one of the best markers of overall endurance. It's one of the best predictors of cardiovascular capacity in endurance type events. And it's a great training method to incorporate into your routine, keeping your heart rate, again, at the top of the green for the green threshold method and the bottom of the red for the red threshold method.